I was changing my navigational system. And up to that point, there had been one person that was large and in charge, and that had been my mind. My mind had been what had been running my life. It had done a pretty bad job of it. Every day my mind woke up and it went to work 24/7 for my own best interest. And it created a terrible... Have you ever worked on yourself over and over and over and it keeps getting worse? My mind was in charge. There was no room for serendipity. There was no room for life. And there was no room for anybody except my own mental working. And I'll tell people today, that's kind of like relying on your personal hard drive instead of the internet. You go, no, 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 no. That internet is a crazy place. You can't trust what's on the internet. I'm only going to trust what I've come up with on my own on my hard drive. That is the totality of what's available to me. Just the files on my hard drive. I'm not going to trust anything else. That's that limited, constricted kind of place that you get into. And I began to think, maybe there's another way to fly. Maybe instead of looking at the instruments going, what? Maybe I can look outside. Wow, there's the ground. There's the sky. Maybe I can look around. Maybe I can take my shoulders down. Maybe I can relax. Maybe I can use another navigational system. But I did not know how to access this navigational system. Well, this gentleman showed up to our tech group, our Vistage group. His name was Tom Hill. And I don't know if any of you have ever heard of this guy, but he was just a different kind of duck. Everybody that we had shown up and given us all kinds of pragmatic steps to follow. This guy started talking about serendipity and the inner path of leadership. Synchronicity and the inner path of leadership. And he started talking about it. He started talking about things like faith and stepping into the unknown. These weren't very techy things at the time. I mean, usually we had protocol and, best practices. And he told a story about how he had stepped out. He had a tenured position as a professor at a college. He was 40-some years old, had a family of 4, and he quit it to start a Remax dealership when Remax was not heard of. He started it in Georgia, and after he bought into it and took all of his retirement savings and moved to Georgia, they told him, oh, your territory doesn't include Atlanta. It just includes Macon and South. And it was an unknown brand. And how he had to go door to door and how he had to start all over. And by the time he was done, in about 15 years, he sold his franchise system for over $20 million. And it was a true venture. He invited someone in the group. He said, I'm going to put this challenge out to you. And I suspect no one will take it. But you all like what I've said here today. I know you have. People always respond to my talks. And they said they want to take this journey, this true venture. Right? He says, but I'll ask if you really want to do that. You'll come join me in a couple of weeks. I'm having a retreat just like this one. And the first step, I think, in your journey would be to come to that retreat. And no one signed up for it. Everyone said, oh, I'd go hear this guy. Everybody, oh, this is good. This true venture is really good. And so no one signed up for it, except I came forward and I said, I'm going to be there. I don't know how, I don't know where or why, but I will be at this conference. And I flew to this thing, and I sat, and it was similar in nature. He talked about serendipity, looking for breadcrumbs from the universe, following your heart, and following in a way that as you did so, you would start finding an unfolding that would begin to happen in your life. And if there's a key word besides serendipity or synchronicity, I think it's an unfolding of the universe. It's not a willful thing. It's not about force. It's about an unfolding. If you look at the weak forces in the universe, they're the strongest. The irony, gravity. I can beat it for a second, but ultimately it wins. And I began to realize that the real power in the universe came from the unfolding of the universe. The real power in the universe came from just watching the unfolding in front of me. And so I made a decision. I said, I'm going to quit my life. I'm done. I wanted to talk to my partner at the time, who I saw the movie The Matrix, which further made me even crazier. I kept walking around going, we're in a matrix. We're just living a false life. We tell ourselves we're living these lives, but they're crazy. But there's something deeper, and I don't know what it is. And I saw the movie, and the guy goes, it's the Matrix. And I'm like, that's it. That makes no sense to me. You know? But that was a safe word, a catchword at the time. I'll just go with Matrix, whatever it is. So I said, I'm going to step out of the Matrix, this self-defined life that I've made, and I'm just going to live this life. These people are either really onto something or they're smoking crack, and we're about to find out. So just like the Matrix, I went down the rabbit hole. I literally went down the rabbit hole. People thought I was borderline, and I probably was. They said, you're doing what? You have a multi-million-dollar ad agency. You're going to dump it. I was building a brand new building in the entrance, the main entrance to Clearwater, Florida. It was a showcase piece. It was just a beautiful building on the gateway to the beaches, and it was almost completed. And we were going through a trouble spot at the time. Economy was down, but instead of staying, I said to my partner, if you take the debt that we owe, I will give you the business. It's a pretty even deal, but it'll work out on the other end of it. You've got real estate, you've got everything. All I want is what? I want to be free. I want my freedom. I just want to be free. Free from what? I don't know. I'll find out.